Imagine there's an organ in your body that doesn't just process food, but also steers your immune defenses, shapes your mood, and even influences how long you live. That organ is your gut, a bustling ecosystem teeming with trillions of microbes that play a vital role in keeping you healthy. But what if a single, everyday food item is quietly upsetting that delicate balance?
Section 1. Artificial Sweeteners. The Sweet Deception. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin are everywhere. In diet sodas, low-cal snacks, and sugar-free treats. They promise all the sweetness with 0 calories, but at what hidden cost? According to healthweek.net, mounting evidence shows that these sugar substitutes can disrupt your gut's microbial balance, tilting the scales toward harmful bugs like E. coli and E. faecalis. Over time, this imbalance fuels inflammation, derails metabolic processes, and opens the door to a host of health issues. Healthweek.net. Studies reported by WTOP News confirm that regular consumption of these additives is linked to shifts in gut flora composition. Less beneficial species, more inflammatory strains, triggering digestive distress, mood swings, and even metabolic syndrome. If you're sipping diet drinks to stay healthy, you may be unknowingly fueling an internal rebellion. WTOP News. Section 2. Ultra-processed foods. The gut's arch-enemies. Ultra-processed foods. Think neon-bright breakfast cereals, bagged snack chips, and microwave dinners come loaded with flavor enhancers, preservatives, and artificial dyes, yet virtually no fiber or real nutrients. These products may keep your pantry neat and your prep time short, but they starve the good bacteria your gut needs to thrive. Research consistently links high intake of ultra-processed fare to a steep drop in microbial diversity and a corresponding rise in pathogenic species. The result? Chronic low-grade inflammation, sluggish digestion, unpredictable bowel habits, and over the long haul, increased risks of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and inflammatory bowel conditions. Section 3. Fried foods. A heavy toll on your digestive health. Golden fries, crispy chicken tenders, and any deep-fried delight may taste irresistible, but their high levels of saturated and trans fats make them formidable adversaries to your gut lining. These fats are notoriously hard to digest and promote inflammatory cascades within intestinal tissues. Habitual consumption of fried foods fuels an environment where harmful bacteria flourish and beneficial microbes dwindle. Over time, this microbial imbalance drives systemic inflammation, undermines nutrient absorption, and contributes to weight gain, increased cholesterol levels, and heightened cardiovascular risk. Conclusion: protect your gut. Protect your life. Your gut is far more than a digestion chamber. It's the command center for immunity, mood regulation, and metabolic health. Every time you bypass real whole foods in favor of artificial sweeteners, ultra-processed snacks, or deep-fried treats, you erode the microbial ecosystem that keeps you strong and resilient. By cutting out these gut-wrecking products and embracing a diet rich in fiber, healthy fats, and live cultures, you can restore balance, quell inflammation, and unlock a healthier, more vibrant you. Part 2. The Fire Within. Chronic inflammation and how it ravages your body. Inflammation, the silent blaze inside you. When most people hear inflammation, they picture swollen joints or a sore throat. But you could be hosting a smoldering fire in your gut right now and barely feel a thing. This microscopic conflagration erodes the intestinal barrier, allowing toxins and bacteria to spill into your bloodstream and trigger widespread damage. What fuels this fire? The primary arsonists are foods loaded with sugar, saturated fats, and synthetic additives. Fast food burgers, sodas, packaged soups, sugar-coated cereals, even so-called diet bars sweetened with artificial compounds. Ever finish a Big Mac with fries and a Coke, then feel sluggish, irritable, or ready for an afternoon nap? That's your gut crying out, "I'm burning!" the microscopic war inside you. Every bite of processed junk feeds the bad actors in your microbiome, harmful bacteria that thrive on sugar and chemicals. Meanwhile, protective species like Akkermansia, Mucinifera dwindle. A 2021 U.S. study found that people whose diets skew heavily toward ultra-processed foods had nearly undetectable levels of this gut-lining defender, leaving them vulnerable to chronic inflammation. Gut health and immunity, an unbreakable bond. Did you know up to 70% of your immune cells reside in your gut? When inflammation runs rampant in your intestines, your systemic defenses weaken. You become more prone to infections, allergic flares, and even autoimmune issues. Frequent colds, mysterious rashes, or fungal infections? Your gut could be waving red flags. Your gut on your mind, researchers at UCLA have demonstrated a direct gut-brain axis. Inflammation in your intestines sends inflammatory signals to your brain, manifesting as anxiety, depression, brain fog, and concentration lapses. If you're battling unexplained mood swings or mental fatigue, chronic gut inflammation may be the true culprit. Jennifer's story from Ohio. Jennifer, 34, drank coffee by the gallon, snacked on vending machine bars, and barely sipped water. She suffered from insomnia, chronic fatigue, and persistent skin breakouts. A gastroenterologist's tests revealed elevated markers of intestinal inflammation. 3 months of a gut-healing diet and gentle detox later, her energy soared, her skin cleared, and she even laced up her running shoes again. Putting out the flames. First, remove the accelerants: sugar, refined flour, fried foods, and processed meals. Next, douse the fire with anti-inflammatory allies: leafy greens, colorful vegetables, wild-caught salmon, avocado, berries, turmeric, and probiotic-rich foods. Kickstart each morning with warm lemon water, blend green smoothies, and savor fermented staples like sauerkraut or kimchi. Stress fans the flames. Stress doesn't just tax your mind. It amplifies gut inflammation via the vagus nerve. Daily mindfulness, deep breathing exercises, or even a brisk morning walk are as vital for your gut as they are for your mental health. Bloating, gas, constipation. Signals of distress. If you endure regular bloating, gas, or uncomfortable digestion after meals, that isn't just how you're built. It's your gut screaming for help. A truly healthy gut delivers smooth, regular, pain-free bathroom visits. No chemical-smelling explosions required. Testing for gut inflammation. Ask your doctor for a calprotectin stool test, a gold standard marker of intestinal inflammation. You can also order at-home microbiome or dysbiosis kits. Brands like Viome or Ombre are widely available in the U.S. to map out exactly which microbes you're feeding and which ones you need to starve. If you do nothing, chronic inflammation can spiral into leaky gut syndrome, trigger autoimmune disorders, fuel diabetes, disrupt your thyroid, drag you into depression, and even raise your risk of cancer. This isn't a scare tactic, it's the hard truth. Your body is quietly surrendering from within, one inflamed cell at a time. And as you read this, that fire in your gut is either burning out or blazing brighter. Your choice: extinguish or stoke the flame. Every single item you put in your mouth is either water on the fire or gasoline fueling the blaze. Cut back on the gut igniters and load up on whole, living, plant-based foods, and your intestines will thank you by calming the chaos. The ultimate culprit: not sugar, not fat. You might expect a rant about sugar, but here's the twist. While sugar is certainly damaging, ultra-processed foods are the real gut assassins. They masquerade as meals, cereal, protein bars, diet drinks, even healthy frozen dinners. But underneath, they're a toxic cocktail that wipes out beneficial microbes and shreds your intestinal lining. Artificial sweeteners, the masked enemy. Think you're doing your figure a favor with diet soda? Think again. Sweeteners like aspartame, Acesulfame and sucralose throw your microbiome into turmoil, amplifying inflammation. In a Harvard trial, participants who guzzled these zero-calorie drinks for 2 weeks saw their lactobacillus levels plummet and inflammatory strains surge. Preservatives and flavor enhancers, monosodium glutamate, carrageenan, polyphosphates, they have no business in your body, yet they're in virtually everything. These additives weaken your gut barrier, inviting the dreaded leaky gut syndrome. In a 2015 Georgia mouse study, common food emulsifiers sparked chronic inflammation and metabolic havoc. Real-life example. Melissa from Texas. Melissa, 42, never smoked, practiced yoga daily but lived on canned soups and fit products from the supermarket. Within 2 years, she developed autoimmune thyroiditis, chronic digestive distress, and relentless fatigue. Once she eliminated all processed foods, her gut microbiome began to heal, and she regained her health without a single prescription. How to spot an ultra-processed product? It's simple. It lasts forever on the shelf. It lists more than 5 to 7 ingredients. You couldn't recreate it in your own kitchen. If you can't cook it from scratch with real whole foods, consider it industrial poison. Why do we keep eating it? Because it's convenient. We're tired, time-pressed, trained from childhood to love it, and frankly, it's addictive. The American Academy of Pediatrics now acknowledges that ultra-processed foods hit the brain's reward centers the same way as cocaine or heroin. What to replace it with? The Clean Plate Guide. Here's the gut-healing lineup. Fermented foods, kimchi, plain yogurt, kefir, fiber-rich plants, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, omega-3 fats, wild salmon, chia seeds, flax oil. Legumes, leafy greens. And don't forget prebiotics, onion, garlic, asparagus, to feed your good bugs. Water, your secret weapon. Drink plenty of water. Even the healthiest diet can't rescue a parched gut. Dehydration irritates your intestines, hampers digestion, and fans the flames of inflammation. Movement is medicine too. Physical activity boosts gut motility, enhances blood and lymph flow, and lowers stress hormones. You don't need a marathon. Just 15 minutes a day of brisk walking, kitchen dance breaks, or morning stretching gives your gut a fighting chance against inflammation. Draft your personal rescue plan. Eliminate ready-made meals, snacks, and junk. Add real, whole foods. Hydrate and track your bathroom habits. Move every single day. Read labels on everything you buy. Write these steps down. Let this be your gut rescue manifesto. Or else, you can ignore these warnings. Keep telling yourself, everyone does it, and hope for the best. But you're not everyone. Your gut doesn't forgive or forget. It remembers every can of soup, every soda, every diet treat. Eventually, it will say, I've had enough. Now pay the price.
A new life begins with your plate. The good news, the gut can be restored. Completely. It regenerates, rebuilds the lining, rebalances the microbiome, and normalizes the immune system. Just start changing your habits, in small steps, and you'll see how you begin to return to yourself, your true self.